Hey everyone, we have stopped off in Cerrillos and we're gonna check out this Cerrillos Catholic Cemetery. It's right here in the middle of New Mexico amongst the desert and the mountains. There's just this little road going up here. Gravel rock road. It's really cool. It's a desert cemetery. Sarah's already in here taking some photos. Look at the name on that gate. Love these cemeteries that are out here in New Mexico. Old squeaky sound. Keep it flapping. All right. Very old west feeling. This is the town of Cerrillos. There are some people living there, but it is not a big town at all. Let's just take a walk around and look at some of these graves. It's not real hot out, so I don't think we have to worry about rattlesnakes or anything. Just a funeral home marker right there. Alejandro Montoya, Alared's Company, New Mexico Infantry. Interesting. There's also a pole here. I don't know if there's a flagpole in here at one time. It's kind of a makeshift grave with the rocks, and it's hard to tell. Are these just supposed to be here, or are they graves as well? This is one where the cross has broken. Date on it is 1909. These are all in Spanish so far. 1909. 9 months, 6 days, I guess. Trying to translate this. Spanish is a little rusty. Look at this with the cactus there. And then the marker. Pretty cool. And you guys know me. I love cemeteries with fences like that. Look at this. That almost looks like it was shot at. I don't know. Wow. This is really something. The wind is blowing really good. Now there was a marker right here. You can clearly see there was a marker, and it is gone. What's interesting, this is the type of cemetery that you do not have to mow, and yet there are markers that are broken. So I don't know if they've just crumbled because of the materials that they use, the type of concrete, or what. Now, the reason why they have these iron fences is just because of cattle. All along the Highway 14, which is a scenic route, going between Santa Fe and like the Albuquerque area, there's cattle signs, warning you that there's cattle on the roadway. We haven't seen any yet. Johnny Delayo, I guess. A little over 2 years old. Looks like there was supposed to be a photo there. What a fence though. Solid fence. I love these cemeteries like this. I think what I love about them most is they're rugged, and you do not have to worry about mowing, trimming, any of that stuff. The biggest thing is the cattle, which is why you have the fences around it. You can see some rabbit droppings in here and stuff like that. So you've got critters that are in here, but Right now with the cool temperatures, you don't have to worry about any of the snakes. Stephen Ramonda. Died June 26, 1898. 23 years old. That one has a lot of English on it. Pretty interesting. Look at the growth on it here. Pretty interesting. Cross on top. Here we have a broken one. And the wife of Stephen, but here's a Ramonda there. Pretty cool. You know, this is so dry and barren out here that you will see wooden markers like that. Just like something out of the Old West, an old Western movie. Check that out. There's really no telling how old that marker is. That's some old wood, I bet. And it probably had a cross on top. There's no indication at all who that is. If there was anything carved in it, it's long gone now. Pretty fascinating though. It's a decent sized cemetery if you look around. Sarah's way over there. $18.93 right there. Look at this. This has some broken tiles or something. Broken glass and tiles. I think it's that way on purpose, just to kind of give the grave some color. There's also some seashells, praying hands, an angel. But some kind of pottery deal, and it's not broken. That's how it's supposed to be. So Helen Schneider, kind of a different name for in here. It's not Hispanic at all. But 1918 to 2006, so really, I guess it's still an active burial ground, so pretty interesting. Here we have another monument that has broken and eroded away. Look at this one. This basically has a small little gate in front of it. And then almost what appears to be a little spirit house maybe. So I don't know. A little bit of maybe Native American influence there. But you can see the Christian references as well. This one has some holes here, maybe to put vases in there with flowers or something. You can see where this one is starting to break apart. Some more fences here. There's some red ants and they're out. So this one is kind of sunk down in here. And there's some cactus right there. Julian Garcia, 1882 to 1932. And they're part of the Woodmen of the World, which is why you see that tree reference there. Gallegos, Rock of Ages, Woodmen of the World there as well. Got a little border right through here with some rocks in it. Look at the color. You know, a lot of these adobe houses have colors like this mixed in with it. And the turquoise is big in this area and it stands out so much. This has a cross here. Maria Esther Salazar. So that's pretty interesting that that's mixed in with Jose Gonzalez. Those are interesting though, how they're painted. I have a Sandoval over there. This has just a diamond shape with some lava rock in it. Got a cactus growing out of this one. Oh, there's all kinds in here to look at. Now these are newer, or at least this one. We have 1918 to 2015, not that long ago. In a little fenced in area. More of a modern fencing like what you see some people that have this around their front porch or their little yard in some places. I do like that they're carrying on the tradition though. It's a 1937 Leyva, Santiago Leyva. And here we have a Pina. So these look to be a little more modern over here, but still keeping some of the old tradition. And even this is, you know, like what you put in your flower beds, the mulch. And it's certainly newer looking, but they're being cared for because that is 1977 and 76. So this is still actively taken care of here. Even that one over there is 1982. Wow. This is such a nice cemetery though. Love them. Look how this one has little bitty butterflies. At first glance, I thought these were broken beer bottles, but they're not. They're little butterflies. And even in the middle, there is a crystal cross with some marbles. And this one is interesting. It has a large cross. Espinosa, Maria, and Jose. And this cross is just kind of crumbled. And there may not have been anything there, but they have that big piece there. It's not going anywhere anytime soon at all. And something here. Looks like maybe some sort of picture frame and a wooden cross. Very interesting. Love all the flowers and the color. And then here we have some color right up there on the marker. 1989 right there. Flora Leyva. There's several of those names in here. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it correctly, but pretty interesting. There is a lot in here. Some old crosses here that are wooden and starting to fall apart. No telling how old they are. Candelaria Sanchez Montoya. And there's just sort of a makeshift book there telling her story of her life in a way. And some wooden crosses, and then that one is concrete that's painted. And over here is another one that's a little different. So this one has a little shrine here. Fernando Ruffle. If I'm saying that right. R-A-F-L. And they have, I think that's Mary in there. Just kind of encased in some glass with some grass. Here's a veteran right here. Jose Sandoval. Command Master Sergeant in Korea and Vietnam. 1930 to 2016. How can you not love these old graves with crosses like that? And especially when you have the mountains in the background like that. for sure an Old West cemetery. Take a look at some of these over here. Looks to be a wash tub over there on that one. And of course, there are several in here that have fences. And those are always one of my favorite. And that's a big monument there. Nick Dominovich. So that's kind of a different name for this area, for what's in this cemetery. And it looks like there's a broken cross here, so I don't know if there's another grave. It does sort of dip down there, so I'm not going to walk across that. But let's make our way over to that wash tub. This is a wooden cross. It does have a picture there of him. Lupe Martinez, 1932 to 1999. Pretty interesting. Love all the fences in here. Some of them are have the concrete in through on top, and some of them do not. Some of them are just open for planting different things in here or placing rocks in here. Now, this is a little child right here. No name is visible at all. Look at this one. This is sinking down in here for some reason. And we have Ignacita Trujillo, 1905 to 1976. And it is definitely sloping and sinking on that one side. And this one has sunk down in there. And it has a little open area right there where probably a religious figure was in there as well. May have been Mary or Jesus, Joseph, something like that. What a scene that is. Like that. All around. It looks good every direction. This one has a cowboy hat on top of some boots and a train. Lebas. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm butchering that, and I do not mean to. But there are lots of graves with rocks in them. These are some deer tracks through here. Is what that is. Pena. There's a lot of the same names through here. Grace Morales, 1945 to 1961. Look at the little tiny infant graves there. This might be another because of the pile of rocks right there. Very interesting though. Old wooden cross here. Well, actually it has cement that has started to erode. The funeral home marker and wood back behind it, trying to make it stay upright a little longer. I see another one over here that has a religious figure in here. I do like the way there's no mowing and no edging. It just stays this way. John Sanchez died December 12th, 1932, age 23 years old. And that's obviously a saint in there, but I'm not for sure which one. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. I think that's a saint, but I'm not sure. It just kind of looks like a father in an old chapel or something like that. Another woodman of the world there. Little fence around one grave. Even though it's chilly and I do not think that there are any snakes out, I am still keeping my eyes and ears peeled because I know that I'm in rattlesnake country and I do not want to get bit by one. The writing on this has just about faded away, but looks like 1921. And that's a different marker. Someone here was clearly a Dallas Cowboys fan. 1988 to 2008, Dallas Cowboys. And Patrick Perea. And there's a Bud Ice can there. Just wanted to give you, there's a broken headstone right there. And a little bench. And those are fresh flowers right there. So they came out here for St. Patrick's Day, which was yesterday. But I just wanted to give you guys a view of a little cemetery that is out in the desert regions of New Mexico. It's a little bit of everything, desert plants, cactus, very rugged, absolutely beautiful. And I love that you don't have to worry about damaging headstones from mowing. It's just these people were fortunate enough to be in an area of the country where mowing is not required. So thank you for watching and joining me on this little tour through this desert cemetery. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.